Federal Ministry of Special Duties and Inter-Governmental Affairs was in existence right up to 2015. By 2015, this ministry was scrapped, and His Excellency President Muhammadu Buhari, President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, in his wisdom, thought it wise to recreate this ministry. And this new creation came with 5 mandates. And these mandates are in a way of bringing governance to the grassroots.
If you look at the government structures, it's like some work like an empire in isolation. So actually you cannot derive effective services. It's supposed to be one touch. You get what you want in another ministry. You understand? If you want something from Ministry of Works and you are Inter-Governmental Affairs, you don't need to rush to Ministry of Works to get that which interrelates them. You can stay in Ministry of Inter-Governmental Affairs and get what you want in works that relates or binds all the ministry. Because all the ministry works to achieve one result for government. That is service delivery.
The Ministry of Special Duties and Inter-Governmental Affairs is the supervisory ministry for the National Lottery Commission, and hence why we are here. And our duty, our job, our mandate is to supplement and complement what the ministry has been mandated to do.
If you are looking for an agency that have the capacity to deliver on the declaration of Mr. President during the June 12th, where he promised that 100 million Nigerians are going to be lifted out of extreme poverty in the next 10 years, then of course you will have to bring the National Lottery Trust Fund to the forefront because our mandate has been crafted in such a way that we can deliver on this promise.
We have been charged with coordinating all agencies. You know, there are areas of overlaps within some agencies of government. But with the creation of this ministry, we will be able to look at these overlaps and see how we can make agencies complementary to each other.
For instance, if the Ministry of Water Resources engages in rural development and Ministry of Intergovernmental Affairs want to hook on to agriculture, cooperative agriculture, you have to relate with Ministry of Rural Development, who has developmental key for rural development, in order to be able to coordinate the agricultural cooperative. But without that inter-agency relationship, you cannot get results.
This industry has been able to engage and employ a lot of Nigerians through this part of sector. The operators have been able to employ more Nigerians, and it's always our mandate that wherever they set up their company, we always let them know that you need to gainfully employ a lot of Nigerians.
Today we are talking about social inclusion. It's simply because we know that majority of Nigerians are at an extreme level of poverty, but there's need for us to bring in policies that will bring them on board so that they will feel the impact of governance. And this is actually why the ministry is charged to actualize this objective.
Currently, nationally, an average family consumes a firewood of 3,200 naira. So if you save 80% of that 3,200 naira. Hello, sir. I don't know if you are following it. It's a bit of statistics now, but if you save 80% of 3,200 naira, multiply that by 18 million households who are using that. That's an average of 300 and something billion naira you will save those people. That's empowerment. That's just one example of employment generation. Totally, if we deploy 10 million, because we can tie up the lifespan of the stove is 15 years, and we can tie up and tell every household we give you free stove you plant 10 trees for us and 10 it for the period of the stove. It's that simple.